Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're unpacking a topic that, well, it really touches everyone, doesn't it? Whether you've got a big presentation coming up or you're leading a meeting, maybe just trying to connect better day to day, we're diving into confidence specifically, how you can project it, even when maybe you're not quite feeling it inside.
Exactly. And we're drawing our insights today from a really practical, really insightful TEDx talk. It's by Montana von Fliss called How to Be Confident Even If You're Not. So this deep dive, we're aiming to pull out the key nuggets from her experience. She's coached thousands, right? From new hires right up to Fortune 500 CEOs. And we want to reveal some concrete techniques you can actually use, like immediately.
Yeah, our mission today is basically to give you a shortcut to appearing poised, self-assured. But then, and this is crucial, we want to reveal that secret sauce, right? The thing that helps you genuinely feel more confident too. It's sort of a journey from the outside in. So to set the scene, our source uses this great analogy. Picture this. You're getting on a boat for a trip, and the captain comes out, greets you, but they're stammering, kind of sighing, nervously apologizing. What's your gut reaction?
Oh, you want off that boat immediately.
Right. But then what if a different captain walks out, introduces themselves clearly, confidently, and just says, let's have a great trip?
That's the captain you stick with. That's the journey you want to be on. And the point Montana von Fliss makes so well is that when you're the speaker, you are the captain for that journey with your audience. How you show up, it just matters so much. Think about it. What did you actually see and hear that made the difference between those two captains? It wasn't just some internal feeling they had. It was specific things they did. Physical choices, vocal choices.
Which leads to the big question.
Yeah, exactly. What are those confident-looking choices that anyone can actually make, even when, the nerves are really kicking in?
Okay, let's unpack those then. Our source gives us 5 really powerful techniques for appearing confident, even if you're faking it till you make it, so to speak. First one up, turn up the energy and speak up. Now, she's clear. This isn't about shouting or being artificially loud. Think of it maybe on a scale 1 to 10. She suggests aiming for maybe a 5, that nervous captain, probably down at a 3.
And it's fascinating, isn't it? Just that slight increase in volume and energy. It just reads as prepared. It reads as positive, as confident. A speaker at a 3, they can sound hesitant, almost like they're sorry for taking up your time, makes the audience feel a bit unsettled.
Yeah, uneasy.
But bump it to a 5, and it's like the subconscious signal. It tells the audience, hey, I'm here, I'm ready, I've got this.
Yeah.
Less about pure volume, more about the firmness, the presence in your voice. And interestingly, that can actually feed back and make you feel a bit more solid, too.
Okay, so you've got that vocal presence. Tip number 2 is about silence. Pause. Like a boss. We've all heard it, right? Nervous speakers talking super fast, filling every single gap with likes and ums and but the speaker, von Fliss, she clarifies it's not just about talking more slowly overall.
No, exactly. Slowing down too much can just sound, slow. It's about strategic pauses. That's the key. They aren't just dead air, they're intentional. You pause to mark a transition between ideas. You pause right before you make a key point for emphasis. It signals that you're in control, you're thoughtful, and crucially, it gives your audience a moment to actually catch up and absorb what you're saying.
Instead of feeling like they're drinking from a fire hose.
Right. I remember working with someone who just raced through everything. We worked on putting just like a 2 or 3 second pause after his opening sentence. He said it felt like an eternity to him at first.
I bet.
But to the audience, it just gave that perfect beat. He suddenly looked totally composed, like he owned the space. And he told me later, he actually felt like he could breathe.
Wow. Okay, so energy up, pause intentionally. What's number 3? This one sounds fun. Superhero stance.
Yeah, this one's great.
Our source literally says, imagine you're a superhero, even if you're sitting down. Let that image change your posture, maybe bring a little smile, improve your eye contact. But, okay, let me ask, if you're feeling really nervous, wouldn't striking a pose like that feel kind of fake, maybe even make you more self-conscious?
That's a really common concern, and yeah, it can feel a bit odd at first. But think about why it works. Your audience, they can't read your mind. They have no idea if you're terrified or totally cool inside. All they see is what you show them. So when you adopt the physical shape of confidence, open posture, not crossed arms, shoulders back, maybe that slight host smile, you're sending confidence signals.
Okay, so you're sending the signal externally.
Exactly. And the audience picks up on that. They tend to just go with it. And here's the cool part. The psychology behind it, sometimes called embodied cognition, suggests that making that shape can actually start to influence how you feel. It's like a feedback loop. The speaker even suggests, maybe video yourself briefly, see how it looks, does it still feel like you, tweak it so it's authentic, not just like a caricature.
Right. Find your own version of the superhero.
Mm.
Makes sense. Okay, that leads nicely into number 4. Practice with purpose.
Crucial.
Our source really hammers this home. Create an actual rehearsal schedule. Put it in your calendar. Maybe even give yourself a little reward for doing a run-through. The idea is to layer in maybe one new technique each day. Or if your talk is, say, a week away, run through the whole thing at least once a day. And even if you think you have 0 time, she says just practice the opening and the closing. 3 times in a row. Anywhere. In the shower, walking the dog.
Yeah, and the key is how you practice. It's not just reading your notes silently. That's not really practice in this context. Think about it like learning a sport or playing music. You wouldn't just read the sheet music for a piano piece and then expect to perform it perfectly on stage the first time you touch the keys.
Good point.
True practice here means actually standing up, saying the words out loud, imagining your audience is there. If you have slides, click through them. Do it like it's the real deal, whether that's virtual or in person. That kind of deliberate physical rehearsal, it makes a huge difference. It locks things in and genuinely builds that feeling of being prepared, which is a massive confidence booster.
Okay, so those first 4, energy, pausing, posture, practice, they're all really powerful ways to look and sound confident, to manage the external perception. But our source gives us one more, and this one feels deeper. It feels like the thing that ties it all together. Number 5, the silent sentence.
Ah, yes. This is fascinating because it shifts focus entirely inward to what you choose to tell yourself. The speaker, Montana von Fliss, she talks about being a professional actor since she was a kid, and she's really open about being like, not just nervous, but sometimes genuinely terrified before going on stage.
Wow, even with all that experience.
Right, and she talks about these unhelpful voices in her head, the ones saying, what if you mess up? You have to be perfect, which is, just impossible pressure.
Totally impossible. So what did she do? How did she counter that?
She basically went back to basics, asked herself, okay, what do I actually want here? What's my real purpose in this moment? And she realized underneath it all, her core desire was simply to help her audience, to serve them to the best of her ability. That realization became her first silent sentence.
I want to help my audience.
Something like that, yeah. And she found that when she deliberately, intentionally said that to herself, even silently right before going on, it was like flicking an override switch. The physical feelings, the butterflies, the racing heart, they might still be there, but suddenly there was this higher goal, this deeper purpose driving everything.
That makes sense. It reframes everything.
Exactly. And over time, that evolved into the silent sentence she uses now, which she shared in the talk. I invite you to be here with me while I'm here with you so that I can make this easier for you. That shift from demanding perfection from herself, the inviting connection with the audience, aiming to make it easier for them, that changes everything. It moves her from just making the shape of a good host to genuinely being one.
I invite you to be here with me while I am here with you so that I can make this easier for you.
That's really powerful. It defines stage presence as being present and reminds her the audience are friends, not foes.
Yeah.
So for you listening, how do you find your silent sentence? How do you boil down your own purpose into something that clicks like that? That really is the work, isn't it? It comes back to asking yourself those same questions. What do I really want here? What's my deeper intention?
Yeah.
Maybe it's super specific, like you want one person in the room to sign up for that CPR class you're talking about. Or maybe it's broader, like you're just genuinely excited to share a solution you found. The key thing to grasp is this isn't some magic trick to make nervousness vanish forever. Von Fliss herself says she's a recovering perfectionist and still felt nervous right before giving that very TEDx talk.
Right. It's not about eliminating nerves.
No. It's about choosing which voice gets the microphone in your head. It's about consciously creating and strengthening a different neural pathway, one focused on service, connection, purpose, rather than getting stuck in the loop of self-criticism or fear.
So it's about intentional repetition, gently insisting on that helpful thought, especially when the pressure's on.
Precisely. What we tell ourselves really does matter. We tend to follow our own instructions, whether they're helpful or not. The silent sentence is about giving yourself a better instruction.
And how do you make sure you remember to use it?
Ah, great practical point. You practice it. Put it in your script, literally. Practice your silent sentence just as diligently as you practice your opening line. So if you're doing that thing of running your intro 3 times in the shower, make it silent sentence, then say the intro out loud. Silent sentence, intro out loud. Silent sentence, intro out loud. You link them together until that internal anchor, that silent sentence, becomes an automatic, reliable part of your process, just like the words themselves. It connects the internal feeling to the external actions.
Wow. Okay, so just to recap, we've unpacked these 5 really powerful techniques from Montana von Fliss's talk. We've got turning up your energy and speaking up, pausing like a boss intentionally, adopting that superhero's stance, finding your version of it, practicing with purpose, making it physical, and maybe the most profound one, crafting and practicing your own silent sentence.
Exactly. And look, it's important to remember, trying these things, especially the physical ones or the silent sentence, it might feel a bit weird or uncomfortable at first. That's totally normal. It's new. But maybe we can leave you with this final thought, connecting right back to that captain analogy we started with.
Yeah, think back to that feeling you have as an audience member when that nervous, hesitant captain shows up, that slight anxiety you feel. And then remember that feeling of relief almost when the confident captain appears. The one where you just think, okay, good, I can relax now and just enjoy this.
You can give that feeling, that gift to your audience every time you speak by choosing to reach maybe just a little outside your comfort zone, by making these conscious choices, the energy, the pauses, the posture, the preparation, anchored by your purpose. You make your audience feel safe. You make them feel receptive. You essentially become that confident captain for them. And who knows, you might even find that by focusing on giving them that good journey, you actually start to enjoy the ride a bit more yourself. You might even have some fun.